Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at Zeref's Chokyukyoku quest. This is not to be confused with this standard Kyukyoku quest, which is dark. This is a light Chokyukyoku lethal version. And I apologize for being a little bit late on uploading this, but a certain animal game has definitely distracted me from doing other stuff in my free time. So, without further ado, let's get going with this stage. Now, this quest does require no blocks, so make sure you have a team of that to take on this quest. Also, keep in mind that there's no bump combos in this stage, so do not pick a monster for their bump combos. Now, there is a big new gimmick here, and that is that reset panel in the middle. Basically, it resets all buffs, but when I say all, it does mean all, good or bad. So you see that attack up dude on the right side. You're gonna have to hit him to make sure that you can do damage. Basically, if you want to do damage in this quest, you need the attack up buff, as well as hitting the weak point of the monster. I mean, there are exceptions out there, but in general, you can think of that as your general plan. Now, of course, if you get the attack up, that is a buff. If you end up crossing the panel, it will clear it off for you. So, like you see here, Gungnir Alpha hit the attack up buddy up there, but went over the panel first, so that when it finally hit the snake on the right without that buff, it wasn't doing anything. So what you want to do is basically either A, hit the panel first, then get the buff, or find a path that avoids the panel altogether. Now keep in mind there are negative status effects in this quest. You can see that there's the ability locker on the top left, you got the wolf in the middle. They will give off defense blasts, defense down blasts, as well as, you know, the ability locking abilities. So it is a bit of annoyance to make sure that you keep yourself healthy. But on top of that, the wolf is actually the key to this stage. In general, this whole stage, when you see a skull, it will reveal the boss's weak point. As you can see, the the ability locker on the top left doesn't have a weak point. But once I killed those wolves, which had the purple skull, which means you only have to kill one, you don't have to kill all of them, it will reveal the weak point. However, the wolf in this stage, that bottom right attack, not only does it revive loops all the other wolves, it hides the boss or mini boss's weak point. So you have to pay attention to that number. You want to focus on the wolves that have a 1 on the bottom right and focus them first. If they have a 2, you can actually ignore them for one turn and kill them on the next turn, like I did here. Right? So making sure you pay attention to that will be the key to making sure you can succeed in this stage. So do pay attention to that. Also, there are some big attacks. The wolf has a big white blast at 40k, and actually the attack up dude here, that big number in the middle for the first 2 stages. The other stages later on don't have it. But if you take too long on the stages, it will explode on you and you will die. So do pay attention to that. Also, that ability locker, that middle attack, is a big defense down blast, and it is severely increasing the damage. It will increase the amount of damage you take by 10-fold. So do be very careful to take him out in time. Stage 3, you can see it is blocked off into 2 stages. You may want to try and take advantage of missing your block in here if you want, just to do it half by half. Of course, if you're not on the same side of the attack up, it's going to be useless. Like, you know, my Acnologia there was not able to do much. But ideally, you want to hit the panel first, then hit the wolf, or if you have an angle, a steep angle like that, you can go from the top or the bottom, under or above the panel to circumvent. It is a little bit difficult, takes some getting used to. You can see I'm going to try to do the steep angle. But again, it is a little bit tough here because the angles here are not ideal. I think this is a little bit easier. I might have cleared it on this one. It does take some getting used to. There you go. And then once you've cleared that, then you're all free to attack the boss here. Still in his dark form, as you can see. But what you want to do, if you can, is just do a diagonal attack, like Acnologia. Sorry if I keep butchering it. Acnologia, right? But he has a perfect angle to, which I kind of screwed up, to go side by side. But again, the wolves showed up, which again is the key to this stage, making sure you clear them out so that they don't hide the weak point, because that will make damage basically impossible here. And you do have some time in the stage, so as long as you get one clean hit off of the, the attack up and the weak point of the boss, then you should be fine. Also do note that even if you use a strike shot, that the panels are still active. There are a bunch of panels out there where if you use your strike shot, it doesn't activate, but these cleansing panels do activate even when you use your strike shot. So that is very important. As you can see, I wisely opted to clear out those panels immediately with Killua's strike shot to make sure that, I don't lose any buff that he had while moving around.
時は来た。これがメアリーハートだ。
Cool animation. Now, make sure you pay attention to his attack patterns. The top right will call down some more enemies to make your life a little bit harder. There's a defense down blast on the left. It's about 8k worth of damage, but more importantly, it will increase the amount of damage you take by about 50%. The bottom right is a lightning blast array. There are about 4 shots that will do a total of 16k. And that middle number there is, of course, a death counter. You cannot survive that. I mean, maybe if you get lucky with some shields, but you should assume that you have run out of time if you hit that counter there. Also, don't forget that if you are ability locked, to hit the reset panel first, because that will cleanse that out as well, as you can see here. Luckily, I was able to get that going, properly cleanse it, get the attack up, and then also hit it in the correct order, cleanse panel, attack up, to be able to do damage to Zeref properly. Now, the important thing of this video is the cheesing of Zeref with Acnologia here. You can see the HP count here for each boss stage: 9.2 million, 6 million, 9.7 million. The amount of damage that Acnologia's strike shot can do is the following. If you don't have an attack up on Acnologia and there's no weak point, you're going to do 1 damage. Making sure that Acnologia finishes his turn with the attack buff up is paramount. If you do not do that, you're not going to do anything. So always make sure you find a path that will get the attack up and not hit the cleansing or reset panel, because that will screw over your damage. If you have the attack up and there is no weak point showing, you'll still do about 7 million damage. If you have both the attack up and the weak point up, you will do 11 million damage. Now, you can see that I brought Gungnir Alpha here. Gungnir Alpha's strike shot also does some defense down, which increases the amount of damage that the boss will take. If it's the first level, it will do 35% more damage. If it's the second level, it will do 50% more damage. So, this is me thinking whether or not I should use a strike shot or not. But of course, like I said, you have to make sure that you get the attack panel up at the end of the turn. And it wasn't possible from that move, I don't think. I probably wouldn't have enough speed to make it up there even if I did it horizontally. And this is me trying to go off of the wall. Yeah, a block, sorry, to do something. But that was not helpful. But here, Gungnir Alpha, gonna use our strike shot. It's very, very damaging. Of course, that was a mistake to use it on the Zako there because, because you 100% paralyzed, the skull isn't gonna activate, so the weak point isn't gonna show. So now, like, oh, did I screw up here? But with the multipliers here, 7 million damage times 50%. That's more than 10 million, which, given the amount of HP I have left here, and the HP that the last boss bar has, I felt like, you know what, I think I can do it. And lo and behold, about 10.8 million damage, so that's about basically what I needed to clear off this stage. So again, if you think about it, if you're able to get the attack up and the weak point, that is about 22 million damage worth of damage, which is about all you need to clear the stage completely. You are probably going to do some damage in the first boss to get there in the first place, but there's only a small amount of damage that you need to do in addition to clear out with just 2 strike shots worth of Acnologia here. And I'm actually going to look up his name. Acnologia, sorry. So, you just need 2 of these guys to basically wipe out his entire HP pool base. You just need to make sure that Acnologia ends up with the attack up buff, and if the weak point is up, you're going to do that much more damage. Now, let's say you are actually taking Gungnir Alpha too. You're able to set that up with the weak point up front. You could clear out everything in 1.5 stages easily, right? You don't have to look at that final boss stage, which is a very, very difficult stage with it's basically dictating you to do W formations to do damage, which I felt was a bit difficult. I don't know how I cleared it the first time, but it is difficult. But with Acnologia here, it makes it significantly easier, right? Your requirements here is weak point up, and make sure Acnologia ends his turn with the attack up buff. And like I said, the key is making sure you pay attention to the wolf, right? Because the wolf's bottom right attack is what hides the weak point. So if that is not going to get in your way, you may be able to ignore it altogether to be able to do straight damage right away. So again, this is a cheese strategy to using Acnologia to skip 1 bar completely. You may be able to skip 2. No, you're probably not going to skip 2. Well, I mean, if you have an attack up monster, like I know Naoshiro used Mickey Mouse, for example, to get the attack up buff to show all the weak points as well as increasing its damage. That, of course, wiped him out right away, which should be doable at the very start. So do keep this in mind. Try it out. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will do my best to answer them for you. And yeah, again, remember, if you want to clear all the request board requests, you need to clear this twice. Once if you do that once via co-op, you will be able to do 2 missions at once. So it's clear once, clear twice, and clear with co-op. So, and they all can overlap. So it's not that bad. And again, all you need to do is go to your missions to claim the Ascension, and you will get it for free. Getting 2, 1 for Zeref's Dark Evo form and Light Ascended form, 2 max lux of him is not a bad idea. If that sounds painful, just max luck of the light form is good, because again, the light form does have his abilities tied to his luck. So if you don't have him max luck, it means nothing. So please keep that in mind. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like this, thumbs up is there, and also hit subscribe. Also, it looked like I may have hit 777 subscribers, so I will probably do something shortly to open up questions and probably do something with my box and show that all off, since I haven't done that in forever. So seems like a good thing to do now. Oh yeah, I'm well over 777. So thank you all of you for thanks to all of you who have been subscribing. I really do appreciate it. It does give me the motivation to keep going. And I know lately the pace of videos have dropped a little bit, but hopefully that changes soon. Now that, I am stuck at home due to the coronavirus scare, so it happens. So we'll see if that contributes to some more free time. All right, so again, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.